Alright, so this is a pretty nice fit. You can use crazy glue, pueden usar cola loca o 5-minute epoxy. But since I have some putty mixed up, I'm just gonna set it in place with that. So that should be nice and stuck in there forever. Okay, what I'm going to do is paint this flat black and then give it a real nice gloss. Voy a pintar esto color negro opaco y luego le voy a poner un brillo. Alright, so after it being glossy, I just sprayed it with some chrome, mirror chrome. Ya lo sprayé con cromo. Okay, we are going to go in with some shading. Vamos a hacer un poco de sombras. A little darker green. I'm throwing in some white as highlights. And then I'm going to go in with the first base of the green to knock it down a bit. Because you want to at least show the muscle structure, so, you know, you don't want to just paint them green. No quieren nada más pintar solo verde, porque no se ve los músculos. Okay, I'm just going to go with the base green and just mist it so the white doesn't show up as much, but you still have the highlight. Un poquito de verde, pero manteniendo un poquito lo claro de lo blanco para tener no sé cómo se dice highlight. So we have this chromed up, but we want it to look more like gunmetal, not as shiny. Para que no brille tanto, vamos a echarle matte finish. We're going to do the matte finish. That's going to knock it down, and it's going to look still like metal, but gunmetal. Now we are going to weather this a little bit. Vamos a hacerlo un poco más así como que está usado, but not right now. We're just going to cover them up with some plastic wrap and put the goblin on top. Okay, we're going to try to do some flames or fire and then smoke. So and right now I'm using kind of like a brownish rust color. Estoy usando un color como café oxidado. Okay, as you can see here, I just used the brush, usé una brocha, just to get this part here. And then I just get the airbrush and paint the rest, being careful. Luego ya con cuidado que no se van a pasar. Of course you can putty all this up, but if you're pretty good with the airbrush, you should be okay without the, spraying where you don't need to. If you want to go all out, then what I do is just, cover this stuff up. And then just go for it. Right now I'm going in with a darker purple in the crevices, dándole sombras. Alright, so now we're going to put the purse together, or the man purse. Vamos a ponerle su mochila listo. So these guys go here. This guy, how the hell does this go? There we go. Just like that. Así va. And this guy, y este, así. So what I'm going to do is just use regular crazy glue, and then I'm going to stick a pin in here to secure it. Voy a usar cola loca y luego un clavo para asegurarlo. Alright, there we go. So now we're going to glue them in. Vamos a pegarlo. What I'm going to use is the epoxy putty, la pasta que siempre uso, to secure it. Push some in there. Okay, now we got the purse. Tenemos la man purse. Okay, we're going to drill a hole here to secure it with a nail. Vamos a hacer otro agujero para asegurarlo. And move this over like that. So, I'm just using crazy glue right now. Cola loca. And again, we're going in with the epoxy putty, luego con la pasta para crear lo que cortamos and create the rest of the belt. Alright, so my client wants the base to be taller, so we need to make a mold of the bottom part of the bricks to make maybe 2 more, and that will help it look more like a chimney. El cliente quiere que esto sea más alto en la base, entonces vamos a hacer el molde de la chimenea para hacer otros 2 más, tal vez 3, para hacerlo más alto. And what I'm using here is I'm going to mix equal amounts of brush on 50. Esto es lo que voy a usar, partes iguales. But we want to make sure that this is, it has a release. Tenemos que, voy a usar lo que acaban de ver en el bote ese. Pero tenemos que sprayar esto para que no se vaya a pegar. We want to use the mold release on this urethane because that will get stuck on there and there's no way of taking it out at all. So this is very important. Esto es muy importante. Alright, so what I have here is 2 coats. Lo que tengo aquí son dos, ¿cómo se dice? Dos tapas. Chinga, yo no sé. El chiste es que le puse 2 veces esa madre. So we'll wait until it dries, then we're going to do a plastered bandage shell to support it. Luego vamos a hacer un soporte de yeso. Alright, so I never showed how I really painted this guy. Realmente no enseñé cómo pinté esta cabeza. But then again, this is the mask he wears. So the client wanted it to be just, your typical, nothing special. Esa es una máscara que usa más bien el goblin. Y el cliente no lo quería que se hiciera tan exageradamente humana. Okay, so I just didn't do really any skin tones on this guy. You know, spatter and all that stuff, because it's just a mask. But on this guy here, you know, he said I can, you know, do what I want, and I guess I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the other guy, but I'm just going to do the spatter on this guy to make it look more like a little bit more skin. Este le voy a hacer que se vea un poquito más como piel, igual que el otro, pero con los otros toques de piel. Not sure how I'm going to start this one. No estoy seguro cómo voy a empezar este, but let's see what happens. I'm just going to start with some highlights. Voy a empezar con este color blanco. I'm going to go with a little bit of yellow, un poquito amarillo, over the white. Now I'm going to do the same thing as I do my other videos. Voy a hacer lo mismo como en mis otros videos. Do some splatter, las pequitas. Voy a utilizar rojo, los mismos colores. Así que nada más vean mis videos anteriores y es lo que estoy haciendo. So, you know, just check out my other videos where I do this kind of spatter. I show all the colors and everything. And so I'm just doing that with the different colors. I'm going to go in with a little bit of shading with darker green. Sombras con un verde más oscuro. Alright, a little bit more shading with black. Un poquito usar el negro para las sombras. I'm going to do a little bit more highlights again on the same area as before. Voy a hacer otra vez colores claros. Right, the eyes were hard. Estaban los ojos difíciles, but there we have them. I almost forgot the little flaps. Se me estaba olvidando lo que lleva aquí. Okay, I just put them with crazy glue. Lo puse con la loca. But I'm actually going to drill and put some little like nails in here to make sure it's secure. Okay, I'm just going to put some crazy glue right in there. Con la loca. And put the nail right in here. Meterle el clavo. And I'm going to use epoxy sculpt. Voy a poner la pasta para tapar el clavo. Cover up the seam and the nail. I'm going to give it some shadows, unas sombras. Right, we're going to mix up 5-minute epoxy. Vamos a mezclar el pegamento de 5 minutos with a little hint of purple so it doesn't turn yellow, con un poquito de morado, pintura morada, so, para que no se ponga amarillo.